Hey y'all, I'm back. This is an old silk press. I've had it in for a couple of weeks. I'm going to try to do a braid out slash twist out and see how that goes. I say braid out slash twist out because I'm actually going to do this twice. This first time I'm going to actually do a braid out, and then the second time I'm going to do a twist out. So the mousse I used was nothing special. I actually use it for a lot of my braiding styles, but I wanted to just get the hair a little bit damp with the mousse, brush out the tangles in there, just detangle the hair as you may need to. You can see my hair is slowly reverting back to its natural state, but I want to braid down most of the way, and at the very ends I would like to leave a small section of hair unbraided for where I will add the roller. So I'm using foam rollers on this braid out, but I'm pretty sure you can use perm rods, which I'm going to use later, and any other rollers that you have. I tried the foam rollers because I was thinking since I will sleep in this, it will be a little bit less painful. So as you can see, I'm only doing 4 braids, and I'm just going to repeat that until I get to all the 4 corners. And this is me showing you just the very last braid, doing the same thing. Mousse, detangle, braid it down. Try not to borrow. That's me undoing it because I was borrowing. It's easier to take down if you try to keep the exact same 3 pieces of hair that you're braiding with. Extra mousse at the ends. Try to make it even. My hair is very uneven, but I try to make the curls pretty even so that the twist out will come out, braid out will come out pretty even. I added extra mousse so it can be pretty saturated, but I didn't want it to revert before if you add so much liquid, it'll revert, and then you won't be able to get it in that state. So I tried to put it in while it was in the braid and stretched out. It's nighttime, so I'm putting on my silk scarf, and I put everything up inside of the scarf. I didn't lay the braids down. I kind of stuck them in the scarf, and I'm going to sleep like this. Okay, it's the next morning. I'm taking off my scarf here, and I'm going to get some silk, bio silk, or some type of oil you want to use to try to take these down so that your hands are smooth, and you get a little bit of oil on the braids, and just take down those braids. And if you didn't cross over or borrow, like I mentioned earlier, it'll be easy to take down and you won't have as much frizz. So braid out turned out pretty well. The thing I didn't really like about this was the roots being so straight, which I didn't think about at all. Some people may like that, and it probably would have worked just fine. People probably wouldn't have cared how it looked, but I wanted it to be more of a, it just didn't go well with me for what I was going for. So that was one reason why I'm going to do this braid out over and do a twist out instead. Even though I did like this look, it was big hair, it was really beautiful, it was just flowing in the wind. But the straight roots, I didn't really care for. And you probably wouldn't have even paid attention if I hadn't called it out, So later on, I'm actually going to redo this and make some small adjustments. So this is me fluffing it, pulling it apart a little bit, just making the adjustments, the tweaks. And it turned out actually it was really pretty. I mean, it was a pretty nice braid out. It lasted for a few days, and I think I enjoyed it. I really did. It was really cute for the few days. And then I'm going to show y'all what it looked like after a few days. I did take the blow dryer and try to stretch it out just a little bit, and that could have interrupted some of the curls, and probably also was the reason why it didn't last as long. This was a few days later. I had been outdoors just doing the regular things that I do. I just would put a bonnet on at night, nothing special. So it really was nice and fluffy. I even liked it the way this looked here, but I was just wanting to experiment. I'm back to being loose natural, so I wanted to kind of play in my hair a bit. So here comes the braid out. Instead of the 4 braids, I'm actually going to split the front quad into 2. So I have 2 on each side in the front, and then I will have 3 on each side in the back. So it'll be a total of 5 on each side. So a total of 10 twists for this twist out. This time I actually added water because I needed something to help brush through the hair after it became, in the braid out. And I used this Camille Rose Almond J. It's a twisting butter. As you can see, I'm already starting this twist out. Very different. And then I used this mousse. It's the Dew mousse. Somebody help me. Correct me if needed. But it's the Mousse Def. I will put a link to these products if I can find them. This is where I was trying to decide if I was going to braid it or twist it, and I decided to twist it. I may have forgotten that I did a braid out earlier. Yeah, I probably forgot, and so I decided to twist it, not knowing that I didn't twist it earlier. I'm not sure. This is a long time ago. I should have edited this and posted it a long time ago. Anywho, I'm using the perm rods, the gray ones, for this twist out. I ran out of gray ones, so I had to use a couple of the purple ones. They're slightly bigger. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal, and it turned out it wasn't. So I got most of the twists in. I'm adding the water to the last section, the last twist. Then I added a little bit of the twisting butter, and I detangled with my paddle brush. And then I got a little bit of the mousse, and I saturated my hair as it was trying to revert back. I went on ahead and did my twist out, still not borrowing to make it an even twist. Just leave a little hair at the ends, and you'll put the rollers on that. So a little extra mousse, a little extra comb through, and the perm rods. I try to remember to make sure they're even, because if they're even with the rollers on, they'll more than likely be even overall. So the ones in the back, ones in the front, try to make them like where they fall at the same place. So that's my 5 on each side. That's a full 360. And I'm going to actually, for this twist out, I'm actually going to let it dry. I'm going to get under the dryer. Actually, it doesn't get fully dry. It's nighttime again. The baby's fussy. She wants mommy. But mommy's got to do something to her hair. So I'm going to sit under here for a little while. I'm not sure how long I did. It was probably like 30 minutes or so. And then I went to bed. But this is a blow dryer attachment that I think I got from Shein. But you can probably more than likely find it in a beauty supply store or online, Amazon or something. And it just attaches to your handheld blow dryer, and you sit there for as long as you plan, and that's it. This is the next morning. Y'all, it's time for church. Rarely do I do something like this on the morning for church. And my hair wasn't fully dry, and I was like, is it just because it's super moisturized? We gonna rock it. I was like, oh well, it's gonna work today. I think that's what just came out of my mouth. But we gotta get ready for church, so it's gonna have to work. So I take everything down. I get a little bit of the bio silk. You can use some other oils, as I mentioned before, and just take that twist out down. And remember, if you didn't borrow, it should be an easy takedown. And I was beginning to separate them a little bit, and this turned out really nice. My hair was so soft and moisturized. I'm pretty sure it was the Camille Rose, the Almond J twisting butter. I mean, it was so soft, but it was also damp. So I am going to try to blow dry it for a few minutes, but we gotta go because I'm like, we have about an hour drive to get to church. It's like 50 minutes or so. So I was like, I'm just gonna leave it. I didn't pull the rest of it out. I was just gonna leave it and let it try to finish drying on the way to church. I actually tried to put the blow dryer in the vehicle and it didn't work. It don't work, y'all. It don't work. Even though I had the plug for it, but the socket, I guess, it didn't work, y'all. But I just let it air dry, and by the time we got to church, it wasn't bad. And I was like, okay. So before we got out, I just did a little bit more pulling apart and fluffing. I was like, okay, look at my little curls. I love this. It was so light and fluffy and so moisturized. I love it. So pretty in the sunlight too. So I decided to put it in 4 braids and put a scrunchie on the ends, or a hair tie. I don't normally do this. I think I was just trying to get it stretched out a little bit more. And that's how I wore it through the night, and I just put a bonnet over my head. Having my daughter in this shot reminds me of a scripture when the people were bringing little children to Jesus for him to place his hands on them and pray for them, but the disciples rebuked them. And Jesus said, "Let the little children come to me and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." Jesus often challenged societal norms and expectations. In this case, he highlighted the importance of possessing a childlike faith that's characterized by trust, humility, and openness. And we as believers are encouraged to approach God with a similar heart. And that's our Bible study lesson for today. So I really like the way this turned out. It actually looks like a wig that I used to wear when I was actually relaxed. I used to wear this wig and it looked a lot like this, which is crazy because like this is my own hair. And so I was pretty pleased with it, but the last thing, as I mentioned before, I was going to tweak was the roots. I didn't really like them being straight. So I am going to just finish up that, and that'll be the last thing. And this twist out was pretty perfect after that, at least for me. So this is the next day, and I'm just going to grab a spray bottle. It's just water in there, and I'm just going to spray the roots. I'm going to massage the hair, and you'll see as my hair is going to pretty much revert to its natural texture. And that's just going to work much better with the twist out that I have. I didn't like the straight roots. As I said before, I'm just going to fix that, and then that'll be pretty much it. And I didn't even get all through the hair. I really just got where you can see the straight roots, like towards the back and stuff. That didn't really matter because I just wore it down. But just you can kind of see how to me it just started to look a lot better. As you can see, my roots started to get a little bit puffy, and it just blended well with the twist out. So that's a tip if you didn't know. You could do something like that. I had never done that before. Like my previous braid outs and stuff, they didn't last. So this is me about to step out, curls popping, and this was such a perfect look. I just cannot believe this is my hair. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned some tips and tricks. I'll see you next time. Say cheese. Doo doo.